Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Camila and welcome to this new Sims 4 speed build. Today is a very short one because we are building a micro home in Oasis Springs on this 20 by 15 lot. And I wanted to say that this is a bunch of first times condensed into one build because this one is the first micro home I think that I'm sharing on the channel and probably one of the first ones that I've ever built. Then it's my very first limited pack build because I restricted myself. So this build only uses the base game, Get Famous, Tiny Living and the Bowling Night stuff pack. That's not actually so important, so you probably are gonna be fine with just the base game and Tiny Living. And also it's one of the first starter homes that I'm sharing with you on this channel because normally I don't like building on a budget, but then I was building this micro home and I was already not over cluttering because of course the space is limited, and of course the space is limited so you can have a lot of stuff going on here. So I checked the price of this house and I decided that I would do my best to make it a starter home too. So it comes at 19,000 simoleons, I think, a bit more than that, so almost 20k, but it's a starter home for one sim because yeah, it's my first starter home, so don't judge me. I cannot build homes on a budget, especially not 20k, because I've built a couple starter homes in the past, like one for a family of 4 and another one for a family of 8, but that's something I can work with no issues, I think, because for 4 people, I think they also had some pets, so it was like 26k simoleons, and 8 sims have 34 simoleons to work with. So yeah, it was a challenge, but not so huge like this one, for me at least. I'm not used to building on a budget, and I'm not used especially to building with pack restrictions, not voluntarily at least, because of course some years ago when I only had a couple of expansion packs, it was sort of a given that I would build with limitations because of course I was limited, so I couldn't use any pack that I wanted because I didn't have it. While now I have many, so yeah, because I was running out of time. Like, it was Sunday, so yesterday I was trying to build something for today because I like having at least one video per week, but these days have been really busy for me, so it wasn't always easy to come up with something to build, and also didn't always have the time to build it. So I was thinking about building something small, and then my friend Julia Builds suggested that I could build a micro home or a tiny home, and then I was like, yeah. And I imagined that it would be fun, and I imagined that it could be fun to build something mid-century modern, and I also thought that I could do it with some pack restrictions because the most mid-century modern packs that we have are Get Famous and the Bowling Night stuff pack, and then we also have the Tiny Living stuff pack, which is not necessarily so strongly mid-century, so it has some vibes, but it's not like you can use it in many other styles of builds, while Get Famous and the Bowling stuff pack are very mid-century modern. And as I was telling you, and probably you saw it already, that I'm not using a ton of stuff from the Bowling stuff pack, so you don't actually need it, but if you have it, it will make this house more complete and more cohesive. But if you don't have it and you only have Get Famous and Tiny Living, you can probably switch out the items from Bowling Night and place a couple from the other 2 packs or from the base game without any issues. And yeah, this tiny home is for one single sim, and I imagine they are a university student. I don't know why, but I just imagined this, and they are very into music. I probably you saw me placing down some guitars. I imagine he was a guy actually, but yeah, they are a university student and they are into music. And other than that, I don't have really any other idea about their personality. I don't know, they just love living in a tiny home, so maybe they are sort of minimalistic because they don't have a lot of stuff, because they don't have much room for their stuff, so they either love the minimalistic lifestyle or they simply had to adjust their lifestyle to the lack of space, which can also be the case. But anyway, as you can see, the furnishing of the house went by pretty quickly because of course it's very small, and we are working on the exterior now, and I'm using a ton of debug landscaping, and I think that's also why this house is very cheap, because I started placing down some debug stuff and I kept placing down just debug stuff, so it was very easy for me to keep the budget to a minimum. And in a few moments I think you'll see me realize how much this house costs and getting rid of the things that we could get rid of, because I actually didn't expect it, but when I was uploading this to the gallery, the price went up and the house cost like 24k, and I think it's like the price of the lot, so I had to go back in game even after I took the screenshots and get rid of some clutter. And I, for example, switched the shower from Get Famous for a base game one, because the Get Famous one is kind of the most expensive in the game, or like the second most expensive one, and yeah, so that had to go along with some clutter items in the kitchen and in the bedroom. So yeah, but I thought it was so much fun, and so if you want to see me doing more pack restricted builds, leave your suggestions in the comments, so of combinations of packs that could go well together. I don't have every single pack, but I have most of them, so I probably can do it as you suggested. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading your suggestions. And before this video comes to an end, I wanted to briefly mention that I went back to streaming on Twitch. Like on Saturday I streamed, and so if you want to see me build something real time, the link to my Twitch channel is in the description. So yeah, and now I'm switching the stuff, the expensive stuff, and removing some chairs and everything so that you can afford this house. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.